where I realized that I had a different value of life. I had a goal in life. I had a talent in life and a skill that I was good at. It was at the age of 26.
The lessons here are to anybody listening. I say, John, the world today, if I were 25 years old today, I swear to God, I'd own the world relative to how I grew up and where I came from. You know, the tough lives today, there's nobody starving like when you and I were kids, right? I mean, hunger and poverty were a real thing.
Yeah, not anymore.
Yeah, not anymore. It's not reality anymore. And so understanding what that reality is the toughest thing that I have to teach people, meaning everybody's perspective is my life is so hard. And I go, no, hold on. I got this guy, John. Have you heard his story?
Yeah.
That's a hard life. And you see where he went. I can't make it because I didn't get this, or I can't make it because I didn't get this. You know, I didn't have that. And it's all a bunch of bullshit. It's all a bunch of excuses made by people, I think, who either don't know any better or don't want to work hard enough to make it happen for them.
Well, you start experiencing some of the things that you or I did when we were kids. It makes you think a little different. I remember sitting in the recliner. My grandfather said he's going to the store. Wash those 3 dogs before I get back. Never knew he left. He came back, walked in the kitchen, had 2 sacks of groceries, see me sitting there still. He was fast, and I didn't know he was gone. He just dropped them from chest high, just dropped the groceries to the floor. I went in there, and I was on my hands and knees picking it all up, just trying to clean up all the mess. And next thing I know, I woke up 3 hours later, and I got hit in the head with a 2x4 because I didn't do what I was told,
Yeah.
That's the kind of crap that makes you start thinking, second guessing about what you do and what you should do and how you should strive and drive in your life, and things that you want. You got to be hungry to do stuff, so that kind of stuff just puts a different perspective on life,
So you could go when you have that kind of upbringing, based on again my own experiences. So many people go down the other direction. So many people go to drugs and alcohol, and they're divorced multiple times, and they become that thing that they hate. You should have, based on my experience growing up in poverty the way that I did, you should have become your father. You should have become your grandfather. That's what I see it where they become what they hate the most over time. Short term, they get away from it, and then ultimately they end up coming back and being exactly what your father's a drunk. You hate that he's a drunk. You did everything you could defend your mother when they was a kid. You swore to God you would never drink. You get married. The pressure of life hits you, and all of a sudden you're drinking again.
Yeah,
why?
A lot.
It happens a lot. Why didn't it happen to you?
I wanted to have a different heart and a different set of life, a different set of plans. I guess I value my children and life in a different way than my parent, especially my dad, but I want to give my kids stuff that I didn't have or enjoy or experience when I was growing up, man. And just seeing that and feeling that from watching your kids enjoy the things that you didn't have when you was a kid is just, man, that's so much pleasure seeing that, So
you're 20, you're 21, 22, 23. At what point does it kick in, or was there a conscious decision that said, I'm not going to do that? That's not the life for me. I'm going to do it this direction.
It kicked in at the age of 26.
Okay.
Where I realized that I had a different value of life. I had a goal in life. I had a talent in life and a skill that I was good at. It was at the age of 26 when I got hired in at my first big job, my first big, huge manufacturing plant when I got hired in a place called Cameron Iron here in Houston. I was the first welder they had hired in 32 years. So then the next guy up from me was like 58 years old. They had not hired anyone in 32 years. So I did a lot of learning there too, but the old school way. And so a lot of the ways that were taught or that I was exposed to, my upbringing from 26 until the time that I was 35 when I broke out on my own, I learned a lot from the older crowd, and it's got a little bit different perspective on it than
Yeah.
Say the millennials or whatever, but definitely a different value of life.
I would guess that training that you had is very different than a training of a 26-year-old would get today. Is that fair to say?
Come on, Jerry. For real? Yeah, a little bit.
I'm guessing.
But there's still some of that around. Now you got to listen. I'm in Texas. I spent a lot of time in South Texas. I've been around a lot of cowboys, a lot of ranchers, a lot of hunting outfitters. So I still see a lot of that sometimes in the Southern heritage in the country.
Yeah.
A lot with a lot of people. Now, you're talking in relation to city folks, people that are in the suburbs, you see a lot more of it, yeah.